Just check it, double check it. See.
Shalom, we're gonna check real quick, brothers.
Yeah, we just went 8 minutes with no sound. It still
says we're not live. It says we're scheduled still.
Ugh. Might be your phone though. I don't know.
Okay.
Your other one don't work? Your other phone?
Well, it does, but it's I don't got internet on it. Hey, I'll check one more time.
Hey, can you brothers hear us? Just type con if we on. We was having a little technical difficulties, but if it's having a little technical difficulties, okay, all right,
so we're good.
All right, all right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadach. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, we back. We just basically, like I said, we went about 8 minutes without sound, with the water to the brother who let us know before we got 40 minutes in and had to start over. Right. But hey, that's how this thing works sometimes, How about Shimei Shai will test your temper.
Right?
But anyway,
it's happened to every brother one time.
But anyway, yeah, pretty much, we were going into, how particular Israelite groups kept their Passover, how they were in the spirit of mirth, and a bunch of folly was going on during the time of the Passover, rap concerts. What else did we say? There was some dates were having shots, fireworks, a bunch of nonsense, man. And pretty much, we in a time of war and evil and pestilence, man. That's the times that we're entering into. That's the time that we're in. Pretty much the economy is pretty much crumbling on different levels. All right, gas prices are all the way up. All right, I told brothers I put $65 in my tank, and the shit got me to a half a tank. I was pissed off. I was pissed off, man.
And now they're gonna put the E15 in there, and that burns like twice as fast as gas. So I mean,
yeah. So it was a joke, but I really was pissed off. But I ain't the only one. But yeah, the economy is pretty much all right going down, man. All right, don't be fooled by these ceasefires and these fake ass peace treaties that they talking about. Which, like I said, that's basically like a peace treaty, a form of a peace treaty, if you will. And also, which we didn't mention, was they was talking about the 10 bulletin points or something that they had on each side.
Yeah, that's stupid shit.
Yeah, which neither side really agreed to the shit. It was a bunch of bullshit. And what we just also mentioned again was when they did say it was a ceasefire, all right, them gutter rats, them small hats, they bombed fucking Lebanon, man. Over 100 strikes in 10 minutes. Okay? And then after they did that, they basically said, "Oh, we want peace now. Yeah, let's do a ceasefire."
Yeah, and they did that last year. When Trump was striking them in the summer, and like an hour before the ceasefire started, Israel was just going fucking crazy on them.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking like, well, we got 2 hours to honor this ceasefire because it goes into effect at midnight or whatever, and they were just launching everything they had, man.
And that's what the devil does. He throws rocks and hide his hand. The scriptures say his words were soft, smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yep.
And now, like I said, Yash mentioned this before camp, how Vance is over there in Pakistan talking about peace. And another thing this nigga said, Vance, which you don't really see him like that, because Trump tweets more than you see his damn face, Vance. But he made a statement the other day. He said, "Yeah, Iran needs to listen to the president. You know, we want to get oil back flowing and things back going back to regular, regular so to speak." Well, things were regular, so-called regular, before you started a fucking war, man.
Mm-hmm.
You started a war, and then you seen that they wasn't gonna give in easy, so then you tried to threaten them and do this and that and say, "Oh, we need to get back to how it was," but you started this shit.
In Iran,
That's what Esau does.
Iran said that they can't open the Strait of Hormuz right now because they have a bunch of mines over there and they don't know where they all are because during the fog of war, when their leader got assassinated or whatever it was, I guess what is it, the Iranian National Revolutionary Guard, they broke off into a few sections of power or whatever, and the one group did laid all the mines, and they don't know where all the mines are.
Mystery mines.
Yeah, and they said they need help defusing them if they were to ever open the strait. So I mean, and then they got the whole what was it? They want to charge tolls for ships to go through. It's just a big mess. It's just a big mess. And 45 days ago, it wasn't so. It wasn't so 45 days ago, man. You know? So the devil that came in there and started the shitstorm is crying that he wants things to return back to the way they were.
Yep. What did we start off with last time? You can bring out the same precept you had.
Ecclesiastes 5:1. Okay. Because we bring this scripture out at camp a lot whenever there's scoffers or naysayers or whatever, people that just like to jibber jabber because they don't know any better. This goes for a lot of other people too. Okay, because you got social media out there, and everybody has an opinion, and sometimes the truth is like finding a needle in a haystack. Okay, but that's why you gotta listen to the spirit when you hear the truth, man.
Mm-hmm.
So just shut the fuck up and listen, man.
Yeah, because the prophets are the ones that are bringing out truth. This isn't a conspiracy theory. These are things that's happening in the earth that are in the holy scriptures, and you have to have a particular gift to be able to bring it out. Because a lot of times you see people, they see us bringing it out and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that was in there." The spirit of the Lord is dealing with us, and we say that humbly. The spirit of Yahweh Shim Yahshai is dealing with us. So like the brother said, shut the fuck up. Listen. All right. But this is only for he who has ears that's going to hear. This is for the spiritual ear. All right. But everybody does have an opinion nowadays. Everybody getting online, talking, saying what they think is true. Only the prophets have the truth, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you got it.
This is Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil, and they don't consider it, man. They think that just because everybody's allowed to have free speech, that we're allowed to say whatever we want, whenever we want, to whomever we want, man. That's one of the reasons why this society is so fucking wicked, man, because nobody has any respect or sense of order.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And this is serious times, man. If you want the answers, just be quiet and you'll get the answers, man. Just observe. Okay. Uh, be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thy heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. And that's they get hasty, right? They get the itching tongues, man. I know scriptures talk about itching ears, but their tongues itch, man. They can't just chill out and listen. Okay. Let not thy heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High.
When the scriptures say the heart is deceitful above all things. All right, you got to trust in the spirit, man. You can't always trust your mind. All right. Well, I think this. You got to trust in Yahweh Shim Yahshai. If you want to answer it, sometimes pray on something. You know.
Mm-hmm. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thy heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. The Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore let thy words be few, for a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by multitude of words. Right? So you people, you don't realize who the prophets are, man. All right, and it's because the Lord has blinded you. The Lord has set a lot of you up.
I get it.
To be, uh, a lot of you have set up to be scoffers, man. Okay, which proves that what Jesus don't love everybody.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai damn sure don't love everybody.
Mm-hmm.
This is Romans 11:7. It says, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for," because you said blinded,
Right.
"but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded."
Right, and then that's what separates us between, well, Great Millstone primarily, between pretty much every other Israelite group. We're the only ones that really talk about the elect, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you Christians, you don't talk about the elect. You other Israelites, you don't talk about the elect. A Christian will have a scoffer come on their page and totally ruin their non-edifying lesson, and they won't do shit about it. They'll just say, I pray that Jesus opens your heart.
Well,
we're gonna find out, man, when these missiles launch.
well, we know they don't have the truth, but narrowing it down to you other Israelite groups, who we also know you don't have the truth. A lot of you, it's a numbers game.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of you. You just allow, you want the biggest Israelite group, but it ain't about numbers. It's about quality. You know, you want quality brothers around you, not just a bunch of men. You want the quality of men. I'd rather have 10 solid quality men around me than just 50 people.
Fruits meet for repentance.
You know, so it's about the quality of brothers, man. And the elect is gonna be a bunch of quality, men. And then when you get to the other parts of the elect, brothers, families, men, women, children, you know. But the elect ain't gonna just be a bunch of Israelites, you know. Yeah, you taught this, you taught this, you taught this, you taught. No, the elect is gonna be the ones who kept the 100% doctrine, man. It ain't gonna just be a bunch of randoms. All right. It says, according as it is written, Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened that they may not see, and bow down their back all way. All right. So the election have obtained it and the rest were blinded. So to be of the elect is a very, very special, it's a gift. Lord willing, we're those men, but it's a gift to be of that number. All right. And if you are of the elect, you're gonna be consistent, you're gonna be precise, you ain't gonna be no nigga. All right, you're gonna be true to the words of the Lamb. You're gonna follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. All right, you're gonna be a solid individual. All right,
and this truth is gonna be dear to you, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be dear to you.
You're gonna be willing to turn down, certain things of this world for this truth, And there's certain things that people may talk to you about, and yeah, we do got to get our Clark Kents on, but you got to put your foot down on certain things, man.
Yeah, you gotta know when to say no.
Yeah.
Like if it's the Passover, majority of us get off of work, but you're gonna more than likely be like, no, I need that day off, or shit, if you can't get it off, I'm calling off.
Mm-hmm.
Take the proper protocols, but I'm keeping this Passover,
Mm-hmm.
Now on the Sabbath is a little different. Some brothers work on the Sabbath. The Sabbath changes. You might have to work on the Sabbath, but something like the Passover, you're gonna make sure you're there. That's not saying one's more important than the other, but that's important. You know, but that's just a hypothetical example. Make sure that you putting this truth first, man. All right, because this is what's detrimental to your life. This is detrimental to the saving of your soul. You know, without this, we ain't shit, man. Without this truth, we ain't nothing. Without this truth, you would still be in the world thinking you were African American. You be without this truth, you'd be happy when February comes around. It's Black History Month, brother. You know, you rolling around this bitch, uh, posting Martin Luther King on your social media, man, thinking you black. All right, hey, we are the children of Israel, man. The true children of Israel. Hey, Apostle Zahar just posted that video that Iran, that Iran been doing them little videos and shit. And the latest video they did, it was basically telling us that we the Israelites and that this is New Babylon, man. And they were saying it in the video, New Babylon, which is all Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Revelation 17, Revelation 18.
They're Muslims.
Yep.
Muzzies. And they get it.
They know.
And they get it.
And you niggas don't know. But I don't know if you wanted to speak on this right here.
Actually, let me bring this out first. It's just one verse.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 1:10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai, that ye all speak the same thing.
Yeah. Hey, that's why that's important. And that's why we stress that, man. We stress that. All right. If you ask any brother, all right, in Great Millstone, you ask them one question on a precept, what's this mean? You're supposed to get the same answer. One brother shouldn't be teaching, this precept means this, and another brother's this precept, that precept means something else. No. We all got the same breakdowns. We all speaking the same thing. Now, some scriptures could be twofold, but we all speaking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you watch that movie Drumline, one of the famous lines in that movie was "one band, one sound," and that's how it's supposed to be when you sing in this song. Revelations 14:3, it says they sung as it were a new song. So it's one song, one band, one sound. All right. That's how it is, man. Ain't no scattered doctrines going on.
Well, I mean, when you look at because I get into music history and that, when you look at a lot of these big groups over the years, I'm talking over the past few decades, a lot of them broke up because they couldn't come to one final decision on the direction that they wanted to take their music.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pink Floyd's probably the biggest example. It's probably the biggest group that's ever existed, honestly. Yeah, Roger Waters broke off with them. They couldn't agree on a direction of their music, and that was it for Pink Floyd. Same thing with who's that? Queen. I seen that one documentary on fucking Freddie Mercury, that flamboyant little fruitcake. But he's a J. He's so fruity. He gotta be a Jake. But yeah, they couldn't agree on the direction of their music, man. So they had to part ways, which is why you guys that teach other doctrines, we can't have these unity camps with y'all.
Mm-mm.
We can't be cool with y'all. I mean, if we see you, we're
Okay. Nah, yeah, we good. I mastered it. Brother showed me how to do it, so. But yeah, go ahead. Well, you was done with that, or
no, it's
all right, go ahead, Lines.
And that there be no divisions among you. Think about it, man. You guys that are having these Passover parties and aren't taking this serious, like, hey, man, Revelation 2:10. Some of us are going to have to be in prison.
Yeah,
that includes y'all too in that, man. That includes y'all in that too, man.
Yeah, just because you dressing up the truth and making it seem like you an Israelite Christian, that don't mean Esau ain't gonna round your ass up. So while you trying to, make it seem like you're PC, politically correct, he's still gonna round your ass up.
I mean, is your faith gonna stand during that time? Because that's when it's gonna be tested. Or are you gonna say, you know what? I can't take being in this prison. Just give me that C hit.
A lot of them are. A lot of them are. Exactly what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. continuing on that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. And that's not going to happen until the kingdom comes, really. Okay? So there's supposed to be divisions among us, man.
Right. Now, we're gonna see what these devils are talking about.
Yeah, they're over there in Pakistan right now, and Pakistan is leading the talks. Sharif, I believe his name is. He's because I guess Iran is an ally with America and Slovakia. Pakistan is an ally with America and Iran, and they're kind of like the middleman. And what I was seeing on X is they agree on certain things so far in the talks, but I guess there's strong disagreements over certain areas as well. So pretty much a stalemate so far until we hear otherwise.
It might be a commercial, brothers. If it is, just bear with it for a couple seconds.
Let's see the photo op there.
Yeah, yeah. Like everything's all peaceful and peachy. You know? It's fucking, let's see. Probably a commercial though.
Yeah.
Yes. And from outer space to overseas right now, Vice President J.D. Vance and top U.S. negotiators are in Pakistan for high-stakes peace talks with Iran.
Yeah, he said a lot going on these days.
Yeah, high stake peace talks. Right? And that's how the devil gets you. See, on his media, he'll make it seem like he's trying to make everything go back to normal. We want peace, this and this and this. But Trump said it himself. He said, we want their oil. He said it. All right. So it ain't so he's cunning, man. Esau is cunning.
And if you notice, Slovakia,
No, you good.
Russia and Iran really aren't getting involved in this. Like, and we honestly, a lot of us brothers, we thought that they were gonna, as soon as they went into Iran, China was gonna say, you know what, it's no dice, right? We're not playing around.
You meant Russia and China.
Yeah. You're messing with our oil contracts, so on and so forth. But then you look at it like, there's an old proverb where you never attack your enemy when he's destroying himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why China's not getting involved, because America is really fucking themselves up right now, man. Spending all this money. They're losing a lot of international influence, and it just looks really, really bad. And even Trump's top supporters, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Alex fucking Jones, is speaking out on this shit, man. Alex Jones said that he thinks, he said it yesterday, it was trending on Twitter. He said he thinks Trump is possessed by demons right now.
He's possessed by the angels
Mm-hmm.
on the right hand side, because the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. And that's also how you know that this isn't the start of the World War III that the Bible speaks about, thermonuclear destruction. Because like Yash said, it's the beginning stages of it, but it's not the end all be all. Because Russia and China is not intervening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because this what we see now is more to cripple Babylon society. It ain't really to just shoot missiles on them right now. This is to cripple society, make society more make it worse. So
To resume military strikes if a deal is not reached.
Lucas Thomas is live in Islamabad with the very latest. Good morning, Lucas.
Good morning, guys. Less than a week after President Trump declared a 2-week ceasefire, Vice President J.D. Vance is already here for the first face-to-face talks with Iran since that ceasefire has been declared and since the war started 6 weeks ago. And it appears to be a war that both sides want to have ended, and the vice president could potentially be the most senior U.S. leader to meet an Iranian official since the 1979 revolution. Face to face, and Vice President Vance just met with Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. Vance arrived here in Pakistan about 5 hours ago. The president's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner are also here. Vance was met by Pakistan's Army Chief and
Why is
Field.
Kushner there? Why is Kushner there? He ain't even in the administration, man. It's Trump's son-in-law. He's been making billions off these business deals, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a 48er.
Hey, the least of the flock shall draw them out, man. You're gonna hear us say that in almost every video.
Mm-hmm.
There was a meme that I saw, was a picture of an eagle, an American eagle, wrapped up in like a cast, like a handicap cast, and then the eagle was chasing a mouse with the 6-pointed star on it, basically showing you that these 48ers control Babylon, man, because the elite are 48ers. All right.
And it's confusing a lot of you Christians, man, because you've been taught your whole life that the 48ers are the good guys.
Yeah.
And now it's coming to fruition that all these guys like Jimmy Dory and Tucker Carlson, they're talking about how these 48ers ain't even got the DNA.
Well, they're Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
They're Amalekites. You Vocab Malone, you want to do a DNA test? Do a DNA test on the so-called Jews, man. Why don't you do that? Because they damn sure ain't the people of the Most High, man. All right? Which DNA is bullshit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. They're Edomites. They're Amalekites. Matter of fact, Baba Kushah, could you please get the Most High will have war with Amalek from generation to generation? And also the scriptures say, which I brought it out in my last video, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. All right? These fucking devils, man, they get ready to go into slavery. All right? Amalek, the chief house of Satan. Go ahead.
Exodus 17 and 16. Actually, 14. Oh, slacker. 13. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nissi, which Nasa, which means the Lord is my banner. For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
And that sounds like, every time I hear a precept like that, it sounds like Job 14.
Mm-hmm.
When it goes into how the Most High is going to erase this man. All right? He going to erase him. He shall fly away as a dream. Okay? He shall be chased away as a vision of the night. They which saw him shall say, where is he? That's what's getting ready to happen. All right? And the scriptures tell us when the true biblical Israelites are back in that land, there's going to be peace, man. Didn't these devils just bomb Lebanon? That's not peace. They're causing wars.
Bro, this and it's not just about the war. I mean, the Most High is very clever power, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at what's going on over here. What they had that guy burnt down $500 million with the paper products at that warehouse.
Yeah, because they wasn't getting paid enough.
Yeah. And now he's going to spend probably the rest of his life here in Babylon in jail. All right. So shit's turning up there. And just last night, I seen this in the Wall Street Journal. The guy who owns ChatGPT, Sam Altman, somebody threw a Molotov and tried to burn his fucking house down last night.
These people are tired of you damn devils, man.
Yeah. And a sheriff got shot in California the other day. There's so much shit going on, man. Like, I'm just, digging deep in my mind to see these stories. There's shit like this coming out every single day.
That's why they're starting with the apostles on down. The apostles say it's always something to talk about.
Yeah, the mayor of New York City, Mondani, wants to greatly increase the tax rates in New York City. All the billionaires and businesses are going to leave New York City, man. And that's the Big Apple. That's the American city, right? No other city can claim that. You go anywhere around the world, what is America known for? Or if you were to name one city, most people are going to say New York.
New York.
They're not going to say Los Angeles. Well, I mean, some might say
New York.
Los Angeles.
It's New York, though.
New York.
So, continuing on.
Sim Munir, he dressed in civilian clothing. Last night, Munir was in a military uniform when he greeted the Iranian delegation when they arrived late last night. Leading the Iranian delegation, the Speaker of Iran's parliament and former mayor of Tehran. Iran's foreign minister is also here, while Air Force Two was en route to Islamabad. Ghalibaf, the Iranian speaker, issued 2 ultimatums before negotiations could proceed: a ceasefire in Lebanon and the release of Iran's blocked assets. Just a few moments ago, before we went on air, guys, a U.S. official is denying.
He said a ceasefire in Lebanon. Well, I'm pretty sure Lebanon didn't want to get bombed. Okay? I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a ceasefire before they got bombed. But that shows you that those gutter rats control everything, because they didn't go to Trump and say, "Hey, can we shoot these bombs on?" They just did it.
Yeah.
They didn't have to get permission. They did it.
There's a lot of Lebanese people in this area too, and I've spoken to some of them over the years, and they said that Lebanon would actually be a really nice place, but it's always war torn.
Yeah, that place that they bombed, they said it was actually a nice place. I think it started with a B. Forgot how to say it.
Beirut.
Yeah. But and that shows you. Oh, and you 48ers, if you're supposed to be the people of the Most High, why are you shooting bombs on people? I thought you was all about the Bible. And like Yashuamba likes to say, which is true, these devils only use the scriptures when it's time for war, man. When it's time to be wicked.
It's the only time you hear them come out.
As the U.S. has released any assets before these talks have even started. Here was Vice President Vance before departing for the talks here in Islamabad.
I think it's going to be positive. We'll, of course, see, as the President of the United States said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. So
you tried to play them. When you came up with that, you basically snuck Iran. Like if you was in a street fight and you sneak a dude. That's what Esau did. You tried to sneak him.
Well, last year when they were bombing, what was it? They went after that so-called nuclear facility. There was reports out that Iran was trying to make peace, was trying to negotiate something with them devils last year, but these devils said no, don't fit our agenda. So you could sit there and say, oh, they don't want peace, but then when they go to extend some peace, it's got to be on your terms.
And how the fuck you gonna tell somebody they can't have a nuclear weapon, but you got all these damn nuclear weapons?
Yeah, you're the only nation using.
Who are you, man? You fucking devils got some nerve, man. You want to tell somebody they can't have a nuclear weapon, but you can have all the fucking weapons in the world.
And then they'll say, because they'll use them.
You are a hypocritical nation, man.
But yet you threaten to use it. You threaten, they're sitting there saying, oh, well, that they would use them, but yet you just said, we're going to, what did Trump say? We're going to kill an entire civilization.
Yeah, an entire civilization is going to die tonight. But let somebody tweet that to America and they'll be labeled a fucking T, man. You devils need to be shackled the fuck up into slavery, man. You need that. So you can stop portraying around the earth like you a good guy.
Like a bunch of silver spoon spoiled brats, man.
You need to go. You need captivity, man. The earth needs a permanent break from your ass. Not a break, a permanent break.
if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. So we're going to try to have a positive negotiation. The president gave us some pretty clear guidelines, and we're going to see.
if they're gonna try to play us. That's all you do is play other. That's all you do is play other nations. That's all you do is play people. Didn't you play the Native American Indians? All right. Didn't you play everybody else that you tricked into subjection? Didn't you say Iraq had weapons of mass destruction?
Yeah.
That's all you do is play people.
When you went after Gaddafi and Libya,
Yeah,
you tried saying all that shit too.
Yep. You went in Venezuela, you snatched up their leader. What if somebody came here and snatched up Trump? Wouldn't they be labeled the T word?
Mm-hmm.
Shows that you're a hypocritical nation, man. Brother posted Psalms 5 and 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wicked. Their throat is an open sculpture.
Yes.
They flatter with their tongue. And that's what they do.
Well, look at what's on the screen. We have a reset going. We're loading up the ships with the best ammunition, the best weapons ever made. Trump likes that word best.
Yeah. Their numbers are the best. They have the best
he-
military. The
he
best
let
you've ever seen. This nigga could do no wrong.
That's why he's so popular with the common people, because he speaks like he's just a regular ass person sometimes. The best weapons ever made, even better than what we did previously, and we blew them apart.
See what I'm saying?
Sounds like he talking shit after a 2K game.
Mm-hmm.
And President Trump telling the New York Post, quote, we have a reset going. We're loading up the ships with the best ammunition, the best weapons ever made, even better than what we did previously. We blew them apart. And if we don't have a deal, we'll be using them. We will be using them very effectively. Some key issues hanging over these talks as more U.S. forces arrive in the region with two key issues. That's opening up the Strait of Hormuz, also the future of Iran's nuclear program. And it appears that the Iranians are happy that Vice President J.D. Vance is here in Islamabad to lead the talks after previous talks before the war failed, guys.
So Lucas, real quick, the Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Ghalibaf put these preconditions for the talks to start that included ceasefire in Lebanon and unfreezing of assets. Is there any indication that this is in jeopardy of starting? And then on top of that question, I see where you are. Is there an indication that once the talks start, if they do, that we'll see something?
We're told before the trip to be wary of what the Iranians are putting out, Griff. And just a few minutes ago, the Iranian side said that the U.S. had agreed to release these assets, billions of dollars in sanctions relief. But just moments before coming on air, Griff, a senior U.S. official denied that any sanctions relief had taken place, saying simply, we haven't even sat down to begin these negotiations. Again, Vice President Vance just wrapping up a meeting with Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and has not yet met face to face with the Iranian delegation. And by the way, there's no guarantees.
Violence covereth him as a garment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's basically saying if these negotiations don't go well, not only are you not getting your $6 billion back, but we're going to bomb the shit out of you even bigger than last time, man. Okay, that's the hammer of the earth right there, just full of threats, making these smaller nations live in fear.
That's why he don't want you to have a nuclear weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He could have all of the weapons in the world.
They from what I've heard, we don't know exactly what this devil has. They have weapons that are probably even more powerful than your standard nuclear weapon, man.
Mm-hmm.
Vance will be meeting face to face the Iranian side. Pakistan is mediating these talks, and just like we saw in Oman, these exchange of notes could be taking place. But the vice president is here in Islamabad to lead the talks, and he would be the most senior U.S. official to meet an Iranian delegation since before the 1979 revolution, guys.
You know, Lucas, you've given some biographical points about the Iran.
Yeah, so these damn devils, man. Let me see this one real quick.
Our vice president.
These damn devils talking about peace. Peace this, peace that. But if it don't come on their terms, then it ain't gonna be no peace.
Yeah.
They want everything to come on their terms, how we want it done. All right, but that's why when Yahweh Shai returns, Yahweh Shai just going, Yahweh Shai and the angels, Matthew the 24th chapter, and also Second Ezra the 13th chapter, Yahweh Shai and the angels just going to completely obliterate you, man.
Okay, bring this out.
Yep, come.
This is Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. Okay? And garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So the brother was bringing out how when Yahweh Shai and the angels crack them skies, man. All right? And them missiles get launched in the air, them ICBMs. It ain't gonna be like a conventional war, man. It's gonna be the war of wars. Okay? But yes, this one is gonna be different because it's gonna be with burning and fuel of fire, man. The weapons of the Lord's indignation are about to be unleashed on this place, man. And it's for reasons like this. Okay, and the whole world is waking up and seeing this, man. Seeing this the devils just bully every nation that doesn't go along with them. Everybody knows that the 48ers are controlling this whole thing. Everybody knows by now that the 48ers are controlling this thing, man. But really, it's going to be to their own demise. Okay? And the 48ers don't even know it. All right? But, let me get this. Isaiah. Let me get 13. Isaiah 13 and 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger. So this is what the Lord is sending, man. Especially when them angels crack the skies.
Yeah, it's a buildup. What we see now is a buildup to when Yahweh Shai and the angels return to scoop the elect. It's a buildup. That's the day that we're waiting on. That's the day of our salvation. So when we see these tensions and these things going on in the earth, we're supposed to be excited. It's a buildup to our salvation, man. Go ahead.
With fierce anger to lay the land desolate. Because that's what's coming to this place, desolation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just like it says in Malachi, they're not going to build anymore. Okay,
They shall build, but I will not throw it. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Right.
And that's how we know who the wicked is. Malachi, the 1st chapter.
To lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay? For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And you got a lot of people who claim to believe in the Bible, whether they're an Israelite or a Christian, right? And they don't see it. They don't see that the Lord is coming to bring punishment to this wicked world, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And these devils been talking arrogant. Arrogancy of the proud, man.
Mm-hmm.
They've been talking arrogant as hell lately.
Trump, that's all he do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the scriptures describe him as, "Oh, thou most proud," man. But he's getting ready to be taken out of place. He's getting ready to be taken out of rulership. Isaiah 14.
So somebody made a crypto the other day, a meme coin. It was called Donald Dump. It was called Donald Dump. Slovakia. Camera say it was called Donald Dump. And it's just a cartoon picture of Trump sitting on a toilet tweet.
Mm-hmm. Because he's Twitter fingers, man. These Twitter fingers. But in a nutshell, brothers, you know, this place is getting ready to go down, man. Let's play this real quick.
JD Vance and other top U.S. negotiators are heading to Pakistan today ahead of those high-stakes peace talks with Iran.
Meanwhile, President Trump says he is optimistic about working out a deal. Trey Yanks is live in Tel Aviv with the details. Good morning, Trey.
That's pretty much what you know what we was going into. But you know, brothers, man, just stay alert, man. All right, stay alert. Continue to prophesy and continue to be diligent to the Lamb, man. All right. We're gonna close up. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone once again. I taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. All right, Lord willing, you will edify. And to the next lesson, we say Shalom. And for you brothers that's out there on the highways and the byways today, man. All right, stay safe and you know, get it in, man. Shalom.